Hello, everyone, and welcome to the ItJustWorksPodcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and today is another Just Working It Out. I'll introduce my guest in a bit, but I wanted to announce a couple things. There's a lot going on in my life, but also with the podcast. Let's start off with the good, the very good. And to do that, I want to take my beautiful, because the video listeners can see it, my beautiful ice cold high noon vodka grapefruit. I don't know if this is going to work in the mic. But let me open this up for you. Let me do some ASMR real quick, and let me open this up. Oh, I know on my end it sounds amazing and it delightful. Anyways, I am now a district manager of my company. I have been promoted, and the reason why I'm announcing this at the beginning instead of just talking about it when I'm talking about life is for any of you out there who may be doubtful in life, like I usually am about my own future. If you have a goal and you actually, like your parents have told you, if you're like mine, or people around you, and you put your mind to it and you really work your ass off for it, you can accomplish that goal. And I did. So when I started with this company, I had a 5-year goal that I wanted to be a manager. Well, next month in June, I will have been with the company for 4 years, and I'm meeting that goal a whole year early. So life has been amazing and unreal, and I want to thank all of you, especially this dude who's going to be introduced here in a bit. Just thank you so much for supporting me and believing in me and trusting in me to do the right thing and just be the person that I am. It's led me to this, and I think it's incredible. And so if you have something you want to do out there that's not a crime, go do it, man. Go do it. You can do it. You can do anything you want. It's possible. So because of that promotion, I do want to say that the podcast might die down a little bit. We do have a 3-year anniversary coming up in a month as well, along with the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary special, where we're going to review the movie and just talk about it and laugh and make fun of it, because there's a lot of stupid quotes, a lot of memes about it, and it's one of the best movies of all time. Also, Star Wars Return of the Jedi for its 40th anniversary, Zelda, and so many more episodes. So don't worry. There's a lot down the pipeline, but it may take a while to get there. So please bear with me. And then speaking of that, with the YouTube channel, for whatever reason, my capture device hates me. I don't know if it's malfunctioning, but all of my recordings are coming out really choppy, and it's just not fun. It's kind of ruining gaming for me. And it's also not good enough quality to share with you guys, unfortunately. So I will be uploading all of the content that isn't trashed and kind of stopping there until I fix it. I do actually want to fix it, but unfortunately, that's probably going to be it for my playthroughs for a very long time. I will be talking about this. Well, my guest can bring this up later if he wants, but I also realized I should just stay in my lane, which is doing this podcast and then maybe posting clips. Like, I don't need to do playthroughs. I'm not a playthrough guy. There's a ton of amazing playthrough people out there, and I think that you should check them out. You should check out what I uploaded, but then go check them out and then watch the podcast. So that's all I got. There's a giveaway going on for a Paldea Evolved Pokemon trading card game Elite Trainer Box. It ends in June, and I already have almost 100 people who entered. So we over quadrupled the people from the first giveaway. So that's pretty insane. Family, friends, whoever you are, anyone can enter. Whoever wins, wins. I'm going to have to cut up a lot of pieces of paper to draw a name out of a bucket, but I like to do it traditional. So I'm really excited for that. And thank you to all of you who have entered. I appreciate it a lot. And yeah, so let's get on with today's episode. Our guest today is somebody that I've known since 8th grade. It's one of my favorite people to ever walk the fucking earth. He is Harry Potter in our hearts. He's legendary. He's amazing. He's one of the sweetest people you'll ever meet in your life. He's one of everyone's favorite guests to have on the podcast. One of the OGs, the OG actually. Brandon is back. How you doing, man?
What's up, guys? Hey, dude. I'm doing pretty great. All things considered, yeah, it's been a good day, and I'm ready to just hang out and like chop it up. So let's do
Me
it.
too, man. It's gonna be great. Yeah, there's a lot to catch up on. Not only video games. I don't really want it to be a video game episode because
Hmm.
crazy enough, there's a shit ton, but a lot of it happened today. I know you haven't seen it yet, but we had like the PlayStation showcase and there's Halo news. Pokemon Company sucks.
That's old news.
there's like, well, it's new. It's old new news. We're gonna have Brandon back for maybe a video game episode because there's a lot to catch up on. But before we jump into our weeks, let's talk about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I do want to at least touch on that. Um, Brandon, how many hours do you think you have into it? Like two, maybe one or two, maybe three?
I have probably like four or five
Oh no,
hours
you
into the game.
yeah, you have between four or six because I'm sorry, you told me where you were at, and yeah, like you definitely have to have between four and six. How do you feel about it so far?
I feel severely underleveled anywhere I go. Uh, I don't know if it's just because like I'm bad at combat or what, but yeah, I'm just getting my ass handed to me and straight up not having a good time. But you know what? That's just because it's
I'm
because I have a
straight up not having a good time.
you don't know that meme? It's like
Yeah,
guys, I'm straight up just not having a good time right now.
I've never seen it. Send it to me after this.
I will. And then anybody playing the home game, just Google straight up not having a good time right now. You can use that for your reaction images and pretend like it's 2011 again.
Yeah, you can
Um,
pause this and come back.
yeah, just me personally, like I'm just not enjoying my time in it as much as I did with Breath of the Wild. And I don't really know what's wrong. It kind of
I think it's
sucks.
because you're getting your ass handed to you. That's just how you are when you play video games.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, Brandon. I'm just saying, like, this game is definitely like you get hit in this game, you might as well just die.
I sit there eat
Like,
all the apples.
yeah, dude, that's most of my playthroughs are me just getting hit against the boss, and then I have like a quarter heart, and I'm eating 90 apples. So that's why I say that too, though. Is like you get hit, you're pretty much losing all your health. The game is way more brutal than it was in Breath of the Wild for sure. But Breath of
Yeah.
the Wild had its moments too. But once you got armor and gear, you kind of felt like you were leveling up essentially. This game, you kind of level up, I guess, if you fuse items to your weapons, but it's pretty much a level playing field the entire time you're playing the game. Like even with all this stuff I have right now, over 30 hours in, um, I still get my ass kicked. So I just kind of laugh it off and call it a day. I expect that though when I play the game. I'm
Mhm.
not perfect at my parries and my flurry rush dodge, like dodge for the perfect flurry rush.
Yeah.
So I think it's more of us than the game. To answer that though, you were kind of saying like, oh, it might be me. And like, no, it's definitely us. Because if I was better at combat, I don't even think I'd get hit once.
Yeah. When I was
Although
playing, oh, what's up?
I was just gonna say archery though. I murder everything. It's awesome.
It's like Skyrim all over again.
It is. It sure is. But yeah, I just wanted to ask like how you're feeling about it. I know we've kind of talked about it on the phone, but for the podcast, I wanted to ask again. Uh, 30 hours in, if anyone wants to know if it's still worth their money or not, I personally think it's probably going to go down as the best video game ever made in history. I just think it's that good. The enemy variety, the terrain, like you hear me talk a lot about Pokemon. A lot of you listening to this, the most listened to episodes are the Pokemon Generation episodes that we did for the 25th anniversary. And I constantly said the thing I wanted most from Pokemon was just a new region, like new places to explore. Well, the best way I could describe Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom is basically like Empire Strikes Back. Like Tears of the Kingdom literally took everything that made Breath of the Wild what it was, the foundation of what made it great, and said, let's times it by 10 and amplify that. And that's exactly what they did. Is there some shortcomings? Potentially, because when the performance starts to hiccup, it's literally when you're using the Ultra Hand ability and you're combining too much stuff or like moving it around. Um, for a console that's running on smartphone like software and like just like aged software, and it still runs as good as it does, I think that's like a modern marvel at this point. because this game runs better than Breath of the Wild in almost every aspect. So, at least for me, experiences may vary, just like Elder Scrolls and any other big open world game. Um, but for me, my experience with performance has been damn near flawless in most cases. To what you can expect at are aiming for a locked 30 FPS and all that. Yeah, I just think it's incredible. Like, fuck. If you're not even into video games and you're listening to this and you have a Switch, just go fucking buy it. Just buy it. It's amazing. Get lost. But Brandon, there is one more video game I want to bring up before we like talk about mental health and our weeks and bad habits and some of the stuff we talked about in the pre-show. So Pokemon Home was supposed to actually get an update today for compatibility Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We posted about it in the ItJustWorks group chat about a week ago.
Hmm.
Well, Pokemon came out on Twitter and canceled that update. They said, oops, we got it wrong, and played it off like it's okay.
What?
So, yes, yes. Apparently, an update for a fucking storage app is too much for this company to handle. And so, the reason why I want to bring it up is I still love the franchise. Obviously, that's not going to go away because we have our nostalgia berries, our member berries forever. However,
Absolutely.
I think it's fucking bullshit that Scarlet and Violet not only run like shit for a lot of different areas, that is also an experience may vary because outside of the beginning area, my Scarlet experience was amazing and I loved it. However, I think it's bullshit that so many hundreds of thousands of people ran into so many issues with the game when you got Tears of the Kingdom coming out and doing everything like it's like twice or three times the size of Scarlet and Violet in terms of just pure geometry, things on the map. I don't know. It's a way bigger game than that. Runs a lot better, plays a lot better, and just seeing the shitty DLC announcement, Scarlet and Violet just not meeting expectations performance wise. Gameplay was great. I think the Pokedex is the best since Gen 6. And now this with Pokemon Home. So the Pokemon Home update was supposed to come out in spring, and here we are, literally 27 days away from summer because summer starts June 21st. Shout out to my mom, it's her birthday. That's the beginning of summer technically. So you're telling me your game's been out since November and you can't even fucking update a storage app to be compatible through a wireless connection, literally through the internet to your fucking game to transfer nothing but fucking legendaries and the starters we can go play somewhere else with. Like, dude, I think this is bullshit, man. Like, I feel so bad for like competitors, YouTubers, and just general common fans, like people who still love these games and play them every day. Like, oh, you know what? That's the other thing, Brandon, is they fucking canceled the Delphox Terror Raid. Apparently, there's an issue with a goddamn Terror Raid event. Like, how is that even possible? Like,
I think Pokemon's just like their britches are just way too fucking big for the Pokemon Company, and it needs to be handed off to people who are more capable because they're working with outdated ass technology. And this is all by assumption, by the way. Like I'm just a consumer. I'm just playing Fire. I'm just playing Leaf Green on my lunch breaks now, which I started doing today. It's fucking amazing.
we're gonna battle.
Yes, we are. And your
Awesome.
Charizard, yeah, Charizard's gonna
What?
meet my Blastoise. Eat my
Oh, dude,
Blast.
nothing a choice scarf can't fix, homie. Anyways,
Stab.
as you were saying, I got Solar Beam with choice specs. It'll be all right. Actually, choice specs is Gen 4. But yeah, you're right. Like we're just common fans, but keep going. You weren't finished with your.
But yeah,
Were
it's
you
like
finished? Yeah, you were finished. Go
no, I
ahead.
wasn't finished.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Lost my train of thought, but you know what? I'm gonna pick it up right now.
Well, you're talking
And
about how Game Freak isn't qualified anymore to make these fucking games. Like they don't have clearly the tools, or I don't know what the fuck's going on over there, but that's pretty much what you're saying.
yeah, they're just very. It seems like incompetent with they know how to market and they know how to merchandise, but they don't know how to make a good game anymore. And
They sure don't.
it's a bummer to see. And in this increasingly interconnected world that we live in now, you can't make a functioning app connect to your brand new game that it, it's just baffling to me. I don't understand. And I wish they would, I don't know. Was there any follow up to, hey, this is fucked? Like, here's a couple master balls, or here's like a consolation prize? Nothing. They're just like, well, we suck.
I'll update you when there's further detail.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
that's some bullshit.
this is going to be extremely out of pocket, or however you use that term, playing. But do you think it has something to do with the culture
Culture.
of the origin place of the developers? Do you think they're too prideful to be like, yeah, we suck? Like, we're going to hand this off to a different studio to handle development of future titles?
Probably.
I don't think that's too far fetched to say. Get it? Um, I really don't think that's like crazy to say though. Like, I think they are too prideful. They're the highest selling IP in the world, not Game Freak, but obviously their property is now the Pokemon Company. Um, I think somewhere senior management is really got to go, and I don't know if that's Masuda, Satori, not Satori, not Satoshi either. Satoshi's not even involved anymore. I don't think the original creator of Pokemon. Um, uh, I don't know, man. I just, to me, like when you see other companies in America and just other companies around the world in general, um, I think it like it could be even the sports team. I think it starts with the people running the fucking thing
Yeah.
because Arceus was actually made by the younger developers, and look how fucking incredible that game is.
I still go back and play that game.
I know
It's
there's a
just so
couple of
good.
fucking squares out there who don't play it because there's not regular battling, like a bunch of idiots. But the rest of that game is amazing. You know why I say
Jesus.
that though, Brandon? I
Yeah.
fucking love battling more than most people, and I didn't even bat an eye at it. I know I critiqued it for it. I'm sure it's on the podcast. I know I very much said something. Um, but that game is easily Arceus is easily the best thing we've got since Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, for sure. Like, not
Yeah.
even not even close. Um, my okay. I fucking hate this. I got some pop up that's popping up. Love that for me. Okay.
That's
Okay.
so great for you.
Yeah, I definitely got to uninstall a program because they think they can just leave something. That's annoying. Anyways, I'll deal with that later. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I wanted to bring that up to you because it's like kind of fresh news and I don't want it to get too much by the wayside, to not talk about it. But I just think it's like infuriating that these companies, you're already sitting on a gold mine. Like, why can't you just do it right and make even more money? Like, you're going to constantly bring in a new audience and the veterans every game you make, no matter what, whether it's shitty or fantastic. Why wouldn't you want to stride for the masterpiece? Why would you release junk? I don't understand that. Now, the designs, the names, it looks like that part of Pokemon hasn't faded away, in my opinion. I don't know if you'd agree with that, but
There's
you're one of the
consistency
people.
there.
Thank you. There's a good consistency because you always like make a point of like the Pokemon names and the design and what they're based off of. That to me has not died for sure.
Hmm.
But I just think it's sad. I don't know. Um, I just feel really bad for other people out there. Like I said, I enjoyed my Scarlet playthrough. Um, I guess my thing is too that I was looking forward to home to transferring some of my competitive Pokemon so I can,
Hmm.
battle Ray of all people. Shout out to Ray. He kicked my ass last time.
Shout out
The
Raymond.
footage also got shout out at Raymond on Instagram. Go check him out. Say what's up. Tell him Ryan sent you. Um, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up to you. I just think it's so frustrating to see Pokemon in the state it's in. I think people got rose tinted glasses, in my opinion. So many features have been gone and added. And, I think the issue is, we've talked about this countless times. Um, going to 3D models, getting rid of features from previous games like the VS Seeker, where you can battle any trainer again, most trainers again in the overworld, not all of them. Black and White 2, if you completed the Pokedex, I think it was the national. I think it had to be the national. But I'm sorry. It was either the regional gave you the shiny Haxorus or the national, and it's either the regional or the national where you got to get a gifted shiny Gibble with the worst shiny sprite ever, Garchomp, um, or you got a shiny Dratini. So like, I remember completing that, Brandon, and I was like, dude, this is so fucking sick. Like the island you go to, your plane, it doesn't crash, but you land on an island from a plane, and you can go hunt down a overworld hunt shiny Haxorus that looks badass, and it's only because you completed the Pokedex that you get to go there. The Pokemon World Tournament, where the fuck has that been? I cannot believe that's not in games.
Yeah.
I still think Isle of Armor for Sword and Shield should have just been the post game. I think that would have been an amazing post game. Like, hey, that whole journey you just went on. Well, yeah. Well, now we're just gonna give you this fucking panda bear, and that's all you get until you beat all the towers. Okay. And he's got 2 evolutions.
I think that's just gaming culture though, is to cut part of games out and then sell it off as DLC. Like
that's the
we're
problem,
never
though. Go ahead. Summer. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
we're never gonna get a gold and silver treatment of having 2 whole regions to explore. We'll never get that again.
But that's the problem with your argument, in my opinion, is you're not wrong. It is gaming culture. But I think the challenge to your argument is those games at least sell it back to you. No one sold me the Pokemon World Tournament. No one sold me like customized Pokeballs. They brought it back for the re-release of BDSP, but it sucked. Mega Evolutions, they could sell me that. I'll pay fucking $10 right now for that add-on. But they're not doing that either, Brandon. That's the issue I have is like, at least if you're gonna follow the current gaming climate in terms of the way people like to run their businesses, which that's
Mm.
what this is now. It's no longer just made out of pure love for the game. Um, at least like be honest with me about it. Um, but that's just me trying to fight for the fans, you know? There's a lot of great people in the Pokemon community that follow me, and I see all this stuff that they're doing with the cards, the games. You know, I see people on TikTok and doing their live stream shiny hunting, and I see so many people enjoying the conversations being had in the chats and just having a good time. And I'm like, man, this company deserves. I mean, these people deserve way better from this company. That's all. I feel like that's fair to say, right?
I agree.
You know, I'm not bashing people, but I do think some of us have rose tinted glasses and need to take a look back at how far it's been since the company's been slowly but surely going downhill. Anywho, that's enough video game talk for now. I didn't have anything else written down. We'll catch Brandon up on all the new announcements and stuff. I'm sure you saw the Metal Gear thing though, right? Before I move on.
Yep.
Oh, your favorite Metal Gear game's getting a remake and it's coming to Xbox Series X.
Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
I swear to God, it's real. It's happening. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I knew
Yeah.
that's why I didn't move on yet because I know how much you quote unquote love that game. I haven't played it. I don't like stealth,
I
but I
fucking
hear
love
it's a
that game.
really, really fantastic franchise. And I knew that you liked that game, so I wanted to make sure you knew that before we continued. So
For somebody who also doesn't like stealth games at all, it's still a worthy playthrough. I'll buy it physical and you can borrow it.
okay, yeah, I'm down. Yeah, I'd love to play it after you beat it and hear your thoughts on it. Yeah. So you ready to move on here? You got anything else video game you want to talk about before we move on, or?
Nothing, just can't wait for our battle for Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Dude, I'm so fucking excited. So all I have right now is a shiny Charizard. So I'll start working on my team. I
I have
beat
a I have a level 10
I'm
Squirtle and a level 14 Pidgey, so
nice. I'm not even I think I just beat Misty and I already have a level 38 Charizard. It's so fucking stupid.
it's so dumb.
I wait, I know we've talked about it on the podcast, but can we bring it up again? Like how like baffled you are that like or how you baffled you were when I told you that when we it wasn't probably right when we met, but it was early on in our relationship. And you're like, what the fuck? Like what you're like, who does that? And I'm like, I do. Every time.
I was like,
Every time I play Kanto, dude.
how am I friends with this guy? And then I'm like, oh, that's why.
Yeah. You're like that's why, because he's I better stop talking about Charizard. Eric's gonna get pissed.
Shout out to
Speaking of
Eric.
Charizard, before we move on, shout out to Eric. Most of the people putting like their favorite Pokemon in the giveaway is fucking Charizard. Oh yes. Shout out to all the people putting Charizard, Lugia, Drampa,
We
uh
got some grandpas.
just yeah, yeah.
True.
Dunsparce, Machamp, the Evolutions and Eevee, Blastoise, just Bulbasaur, just a fantastic selection from the fans. I'm really happy to see all these people jumping in on the giveaway and sharing their favorite Pokemon. I always like to see what people like. Kanto, no doubt, takes the cake though in terms of best region, I guess. Solid other choices out there though. But shout out to Lugia apparently for being the best legendary. Um, well, everyone's been Lugia. One person put Mega Rayquaza. Um, yeah, Brendan. Let's talk about your week. I mean, how's your week been? Anything special go on?
Nothing special. Well, there's a few special things. I completed my resume yesterday, and I submitted that to a career service advisor that's going to take a look at it and see if it's up to snuff for the world of cybersecurity. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Looking to get some feedback on that. Um, and then I am a movie star. I'm just kidding. I'm not a movie star. I'm not a movie star at all. But I did
He's a
help.
porn star, actually.
Ah, yes, home movies.
Uh,
Um,
oh, yes,
of course. Um,
of course.
I helped a friend film for a music video, which was a really cool experience. Like we had a lot of fun. We went to like two different locations, and it was just nice to be. I don't know, nice to be videographed and like be a part of something that's gonna be like a big culmination. And I can't wait to see the finished product. So and then I went to the gym this morning. Um, we're gonna get into habits, but that's a habit I'm trying to develop. And today was no exception. I went ahead and got a head start on that. So yeah, that's my week, and then just working like a dog. That's about it.
Nice. Um, Before I jump into a birthday, I forgot to shout out. What is the handle or the name of the band so people can go look them up on Spotify so we can get your friends hopefully a couple listens here.
Yeah. So the band is called Motoko's Ghost, and if anybody out there is an anime fan, I believe it's Motoko from Ghost in the Shell. So Motoko's Ghost is the name of the band. If you like shoegaze, if you like Dance Gavin Dance but heavy, metal with some soft vocals in it, a little grungy, then definitely go ahead and check out my buddy's band. They're good. They're really good for being a two-man operation. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I listened to them and I thought they were great. There's like a couple of things that, me and Eric agreed that we'd critique if they asked us. But I think for people who are starting out, doing their thing, I think they're on a really good route. They definitely fit very well into the current genre, in the industry that we're in right now with music. So shout out to them. They're awesome. And I can't wait to see how far they go with it, man. So please go check them out at Matoko's Ghosts, right? Matoko's, yeah.
Yeah, you said it right this time.
Well, because I remember it's Ghost in the Shell, so I'm like, oh wait, was it Matoko Shell? Fuck. I don't watch
Motoko
anime.
Show?
You can tell I'm fucking up. I don't watch anime. My bad, guys. But yeah, go check them out on Spotify. Great band. Also, I forgot to mention a quick shout out to Saul's Halls. Saul's Halls, all the balls. Saul's Halls, number one hauling company in America. Be sure to follow him on Instagram and happy birthday to him. It was his birthday yesterday as we're recording this, May 24th. So shout out to him. Much love to him. He'll be back on the podcast soon, but be sure to go follow him. All
Happy
right.
birthday, Saul.
Happy birthday, man. Yeah, so I've had a good week. Just been busy, finishing up as a sales rep and then now moving on to my new role. Excuse me. I hadn't even got there. Anyways, moving on to
It's
the new
high
role.
noon.
It's high noon, brother. Get that grapefruit high noon now at all your local stores. Yeah, so I'm just getting ready to move into my new role, but trying to close out the month strong. But so work's been fantastic, as I already mentioned at the top of the show. Thank you guys again, everyone, especially my management team for supporting me and believing in me. The interview went great, and here I am now, looking good. So work's been cool. Very grateful for that. I called one of my old coworkers today because I passed by his store when I was on the freeway. Um, and he was always like a father figure to me and our other coworker back when I worked at Sprouts. So it was really cool to catch up with them. Shout out to Paul and Barrett. I'm gonna hang out with them soon, go golfing. So pretty fucking excited. Paul just turned 60. Happy birthday to Paul. He's like, you know what? That's crazy you say that. And he's like, I love the fact that you called because I was looking for a golf partner. I'm like, I'm your guy. I suck. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna talk shit. I couldn't be more on board. So I'm really looking forward to that. Gonna do that in a few weeks. I got a trip to Napa doing that next week. Wait, yes, no, 2 weeks. Jesus,
I
my
was gonna
my
say,
days
get
are all
that
messed
lined
up.
up. Get that lined up, homie.
Yeah, yeah. So going to Napa. It's gonna be the second time I ever fly, and I think I'm flying by myself actually on that one. I'm really looking forward to it, to be honest, because I want to get over this fear of flying that I have, so I can go visit our boy Alex in Washington and just see other parts of our country. I think if I ever learn other languages, I'd be happy to go somewhere else in the world. Unless I go with a group, I guess it won't matter. But I want to show respect to other countries if I go. But I'm very much looking forward to flying because I want to fly so bad. I want to stop being stupid and go enjoy the world. So really looking forward to that and the whole trip, going with our friends. It's gonna be awesome. Um, happy to be doing this podcast right now. I'll tell you that much. We also had a Dutch Bros open up out here, and I went there, and I got something called a flapjack, and it is basically really bad for you, but it's a like it's like a maple drink, but I got it in like their frost, which is like their version of like their take on a shake is what they call it. And dude, it was so fucking good. I got it with like a soft top. It's like a foam. I don't even know what the fuck you'd want to call it. It's so soft, which is why they call it soft top. But yeah, Dutch Bros is good. Shout out to
Love
Dutch
me some
Bros.
love me some soft top.
Yeah, and then we were kind of joking about it, but uh, what is your Starbucks order? You kind of made mention of it in the pre-show.
So I've been to Dutch Brothers once,
Hmm.
and it's pretty good. I don't remember what I got. I believe it was like the iced cocoa dream or something like that. Basically, it's made with coconut milk instead. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, and I got it like a 32 ounce, which was way too much fucking caffeine. Um,
It's a lot.
there's a lot, man. It's definitely
You're
like
a little guy, dude. That's a lot, man. You're like gonna turn into a fucking gremlin or something.
the cup's like a sixth of my body, straw included. Like what the fuck, man? Anyways,
Terrible.
um, yeah, I get a iced honey almond milk flat white with soft top. Starbucks version of soft top.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like it. Sounds pretty good, actually.
it's really good.
So yeah, I already talked about the promotion and everything. That's pretty much been my week, man. So one of the things I was talking to you about, I don't think it'll be part of the bad habits, but we could probably lean into it after this. How like I hate like being at home, like on a day off or something, like during the
Yeah,
weekend. Like even if I'm like doing things at the house, like obviously I work out, uh, like let's just say cook, or do laundry. I still hate like being home just in general. Like I think it has a lot to do with my job because for the last 7 years I've been driving for work, right? So I drive
yeah,
place to place. And I think that does definitely has a lot to do with it, almost everything to do with it, to be honest. So this last weekend, and Zelda, give it credit, has a lot to do with it as well in terms of me being okay with staying home. But yeah, this last weekend, dude, I just stayed home. I just stayed home and relaxed, and it was fucking beautiful. I didn't sleep as much as I should have, but um, it was cool, man. It was like really cool to like not be bored at home. Like I did some archery, worked out, cooked, laundry, played games, recorded,
yeah,
watched a couple of movies like Super Troopers. Um, it was nice, dude. Played my guitar. Fuck. I mean, it was really cool. It was really nice. And that's something like I'm really working on because I don't think it's like good to like only to not want to be at home all day, right? Like it's not like I'm just sitting there on the couch. Like I'm doing stuff and I still have a
yeah,
problem with being at home. And I think I don't know. I don't really like it. So that's something I'm trying to work on. And
yeah.
last weekend was great.
That's great, dude. It's definitely
Yeah.
like it's better to feel more comfortable in your like domicile.
Well, yeah, I just think it's like really, yeah, like I don't even think it's like a habit. I think it's a bad quality for me, my personal self that I can't like just be at home. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm sick, I can turn on like on a dial, like I don't mind.
Mm.
But at the same time, though, um, I also love going out, even if it's like literally going down the street to go get groceries or go get lunch. Like, dude, it's euphoric as fuck to roll down those windows, put some music on, and just drive somewhere. So I don't
You
know.
know,
It's a tough one.
that is a tough one because I do agree. Like, it's definitely cool to have some music on. Maybe I don't like it just because my radio is broken. Um, so
Yeah.
I have to like have my phone like this or well, hands free, obviously, or like Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, I'm the opposite, man. I love being home. I'm a homebody. This is my like this is my goblin cave where I can do goblin things, and I fucking love it.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think there's anything wrong with it. But see, that's the thing too, Brandon. It's like I'm a homebody too. Like it's not like I go out and go party and go to clubs, go to bars, go to hang out
yeah.
with people. I mean, I go to concerts, but um, yeah, there's just something about like driving down the street or down the road, downtown, go somewhere. I fucking love it, whether by myself or with someone. It's the best. So I don't know. I just wanted to talk about that for some reason.
Yeah. No, yeah, I
Um,
get that though. I mean, shit, it's like when we went out with Cody the other day, like that was incredible.
Shout out to Cody. It was great. It was awesome. Overpriced Korean barbecue was great.
My God, man,
Although
Mr.
that,
Ming really
what was it? Was that his name, Mister
master
Master Ming? It wasn't Ming. It was something else. It was Master something. I don't know.
uh,
He was awesome,
he
dude.
was
Honestly,
great.
the service there was fucking grade A service.
Yeah. Ha-
Except the guy with the pedo van. I hate that I was right about that. Like, so
That shit was
well,
that
you
shit
know
was
what?
hilarious.
Let's dive into that real quick.
Let's
So
let's
yeah,
do
me and
that, yeah.
Brandon, we're carpooling. And I told the little guy to go pick him up. Obviously, I'm very happy to. Um, so we're going down there, and we went to 8-Bit Brewing, and then we went to this Korean barbecue place. So as we park in the Korean barbecue place, I parked next to a van that very much looks like a pedo van. I was like, it's fucking crazy. So we laugh about it, call it a day. We walk in. They ask us just to wait like maybe 5 minutes for a table, no problem. And there's this white guy. He starts talking to us. It's all tatted up. Looks like he probably just got out of jail. And I remember saying, like, dude, that guy looks like he could be the pedo guy. And then we have a good time. He's cool. Hey, the guy was cool.
Yeah,
Shout out
he's a
to
cool
him.
guy.
But as we're leaving after hanging out in the parking lot, gave some high noon to some people, free samples. What's up? Um, he's sure enough the one who walks up to it and gets in the pedo van, and we're like, God damn it. Because I don't know. There was just something like really fucking funny about it. You had to be there, okay? Fuck.
It's how fast I looked at you, Ryan. I was like,
Dude, yes. You're like you're like,
fucking fucking yup.
that's him. That's him. Yeah. So I
If
think
the
that's
shoe
why it's so
fits.
funny. Yeah. His
Yeah.
fucking shoe fit for sure. That guy fit the profile in every way possible, down to every detail. And that's why I was sad inside.
I,
So
I I also got kind of sad inside because I was like, what if he like lives in there and like we're talking
he
shit on
probably
his
does, dude.
house? Yeah.
Well, I wasn't talking shit on his house. I'm just saying, let's just call it for what it is. It looks like a pedo van. I mean,
It
I
kind of
guess
did.
it's talking shit, but it's what it
There
looks
was no
like. Okay.
windows.
And there was towels covering them up, or oh my gosh, curtains. Yeah, it didn't. It wasn't a good look, and it was like a beat down van too. Like not only was it like from the '80s, it was also beat to shit. Uh, had shitty rims on it. Tires looked shitty. The paint was faded all around. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it just wasn't a good look. So he wasn't helping himself very much. And of course, he pulls out a pack of cigs. He's like, "You want some?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm good, man. Thanks, dude. I'll,
Oh,
I'll see you later."
speaking of bad habits,
What's that? What do you got?
cigarettes.
You're smoking cigarettes?
Well, no, but
Oh,
that's something I just constantly battle with. Is if anybody is like cigarette, I'm like, no, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about it.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, you did you ever do it heavy? I don't remember you being like super heavy into it, but you did it, right? Or
Oh
something like
yeah,
that.
I was a heavy smoker from like 17 to 23
Yesterday.
yesterday. No, I get what
17 to
really,
23, huh?
yes, about 6 years of heavy smoking. And what really kicked it for me was getting sick. I got a really bad head cold and I was smoking a cigarette on the way home from work. And just the taste made me ill. And that's what helped me kick cigarettes. But vaporizers taste so much better. They have more
That
nicotine.
was
So
even worse for you.
allegedly,
I don't know if it's alleged anymore, dude. I think it's like scientifically proven.
they're like, bro, you don't have to lie to yourself. It's bad, okay?
I know, right? You're like, come on, man. Yeah, just like Taco Bell, but I still go. It's all right, dude. You're not alone. Um, yeah, so let's jump into that a little bit because I just think it's interesting. Um, because I think this is technically a bad habit. It's like a nice thing for yourself, but for me, I've allowed it to become a bad habit because there's more important things to think about in life. So I was
Okay.
talking to Sal earlier, and I was talking about obviously getting promoted, so obviously that comes with increased pay, and we obviously talk about life and stuff. And he just said this good thing because I was like, oh, I get paid next week, like let's go do something. And obviously we're still gonna do that something, but he made a good point. It's like, and this is common sense, but obviously my dumbass doesn't do it, and I need to. He's like, well, yeah, you shouldn't treat yourself just because you get paid, because I do say that a lot. I'm like, oh, I get paid next week, like let's just do it next week. I think I
Yeah.
even said that with you and the Cody thing. Like that was like a next week situation.
Yeah.
Um, uh, and I was like, oh my god, like he just spoke the most truth serum I think I've heard in a while, and it's like the most common sense, basic, fundamental of finances. I mean, to me, it's basic, and I should have known better. But it's like, yeah, like how about instead of spending something on yourself every time you get paid, like go to Frank's once every 3 months. I don't know, but I wait for a paycheck on that. Um, how about you just put money away,
Yeah.
and stretch, um, suffer now, right? In terms of what you want, the wants in the world, so that way later you can reap the benefits.
Yeah.
That's what he was talking about. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, this dude just said like grade A textbook stuff from like, you know, senior year of high school, fucking economics. And I'm over here like, ooh.
I know it,
I've been doing things wrong. I mean, I already knew that, but when he said that, I was like, oh man, Brian, god damn it. I'm like over
why
here
did
talking to myself and shit.
why did it
What's
take
that?
12 years of working in the workforce, getting a paycheck to finally figure out now it's like, yeah, maybe don't like treat yourself.
Well, like what? I mean, it's not that I have been lately, but still, it's like I'm like, why did that light bulb hit right now after all this time? Like,
Yeah.
Jesus, man, it's so stupid. It's so
It
stupid. But
it's a,
that kind of
yeah.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, well, yeah. So like that falls in line with like me just being this weird individual who really does things on his own time, and God damn it, because I don't know, like I was like baffled with myself after he said something. I was like, oh, geez, yeah, oof, ooh, sorry, brother. So yeah,
Sorry,
that
brother,
was
talking to yourself.
that is correct. I had a audible conversation with myself after that phone call, and it
Yeah.
was rough. I just kind of laughed at myself. Like that's just who I am as a person, though. Like I wish I wasn't, but it's something I'm working on. Um, so yeah, that was like kind of a bad habit. I realized, I'm like, oh yeah, I do something for myself just because I got paid. Like I remember, and it wasn't like the breakup. It was like shortly after that. I think it was like the week after that I got paid. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. So I went and bought a fucking tomahawk and cooked it that night. And
Oh,
like,
I thought you meant like an actual tomahawk,
oh,
like the throwing
Jesus
axe.
Christ. Oh my god. I mean, I have them, but I know I didn't go buy one specifically to treat myself. I bought a tomahawk steak, Brandon. And I remember cooking it. It looked amazing. It looked beautiful. And I remember eating it. And I'm like, yeah, I probably could have just bought like a $15, whatever it costs, like a ribeye,
How much is it?
like
How much is a tomahawk?
like $40. I think I paid like 40 or $50 for it.
Do you, King?
Yeah, well, that's what I said to myself when I bought it. And then I ate it, and I was like, what am I doing? I'm like, what am I doing here, man? This is stupid. So
Oh my
no,
God.
I've been slowly working on it. I'm not too stupid, but all I'm trying to say is when Sal said that earlier, I was like, gosh, ugh, I'm disappointing someone out there. Um, so that was a bad habit I wanted to bring up to you because I was like, geez, like
Yeah,
what the fuck, man?
let's talk about it, dude. Like, because I'm in the
Well,
same boat. You know that. Like, we both collect.
I know.
We
Well,
both work really
hundreds
hard
of
for our
millions of
money.
people are the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think because, which is weird too, because I don't want to say I was spoiled, but I was definitely like, my parents took fucking care of us. They made sure we didn't get everything under the moon, but honestly, like if there was something I wanted, I pretty much got it, and
Yeah.
not like right away. Most of the time I had to earn it, but still, like they would do things they really shouldn't have done and didn't have to do, but they did it out of the kindness of their heart. And ever since you've turned 18 or been working since 17, they're like, nah, like that's all on you now if you want something. And well, there's always something to want out there. So sometimes I like to just buy myself something. Lately, it was just stuff for the giveaway, and then obviously Zelda. Like I already pre-ordered and paid off that Switch, the Zelda Switch, in like fucking February or something. I've been trying to be a lot better about it. But yeah, like I really like treating myself. I really do. Like, and I'm not like trying to quote Parks and Rec just because it's just a natural thing. It's the same thing as the other bad habit that I'm going to jump into after this. They kind of blend together. Like going out and eating food and stuff. As a kid, and I don't think it's their fault. It's just me as a person. It's just whatever the fuck's going on in this skull of mine. I just really loved and felt really grateful for, when people bought me stuff. I don't know how to say that. I'm like I never like mean it in like a douchey way. I don't I mean I guess I'm technically materialistic, I guess. But I really, really, really felt gratitude when people bought me lunch or dinner, like my parents, like my fucking elders, or even my brothers. Like I always felt
Mm.
like it's very heartwarming to me because um someone just used their fucking money on me, like someone just spent their hard-earned money so I can have a meal or something. It's the same thing with
Yeah.
cooking, but it just didn't do the same. I just like junk food apparently. Uh so yeah, I like that habit or like that feeling is something that I really like cherished, right? So
Mhm.
um I would do it on my own. I go out to go buy something or buy food. It's mainly food now. I guess that's what it is, right? When I say I
Mm.
haven't bought myself something, no, it's going out to eat, which is also a waste of money if you do it as much as I have in the past. And last week was bad. Uh, for whatever reason, dude, and just like it's the same thing with putting the windows down and driving somewhere, which obviously leads into the food. um, it's euphoric, dude. I love it so much. Like it could change my mood for sure. Like I can be in like
Yeah.
a meh mood. And I guarantee you, if I go out and eat something or go buy myself something, I will immediately be better off or like happier in that moment.
Me,
Obviously, it doesn't last because that's a materialistic thing.
well, it's your dopamine hit. It's like it appears and then it goes away.
Yeah. So soda did that for the longest time. I don't drink soda nearly as much, not even a fucking fraction of how bad it used to be.
Yeah.
But back then, though, when it was bad, it was soda. Like there's something about soda. I always loved it as a kid, and I've talked about that on the podcast. Um, it just like I felt lucky that I could have it. I really did. And so, like as an adult, I'm like, well, I can get whatever the fuck I want. I'm gonna go buy that fucking 2 liters of Mountain Dew Code Red. Of course I am. Just shit like that. It's just really, really, really stupid shit. You know, um, and it's something I've gradually been working on the last couple of years, and I've done better, but I still have a long way to go. Actually, I don't. I could probably change it in 3 months if I really put my mind to it. But it's something that I'm working on, and that's like a bad habit I wanted to talk about because, well, one, I know you have that habit too. I think I'm worse than you. I don't know. There's moments where I'm like, God damn it, Brandon. um,
But
but
why? Because I don't go out to eat as much as you do,
no, because you buy too much fucking magic when a stupid set comes out.
dude. Okay, and that's an. We'll get to that. We're gonna get to that because I'm
Okay.
fucking okay.
Is there another set that's gonna come out that you're gonna waste a ton of money on?
Oh God, no, dude. I'm fucking over it. But we'll get to that when we get to it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. But no, like I just I definitely working on it. Like
Yeah.
I've been cooking a lot the last couple of years, and I love cooking. I suck at it, but the stuff I make tastes good, so that's all I care about. Like I wouldn't go to like Gordon Ramsay, be like, "Yo, look what I made." He's like, "It looks like shite." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, dude,"
Yeah,
but it
presentation
tastes
doesn't.
good.
Yeah, presentation doesn't matter when you're cooking for yourself, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't give a fuck what it looks like. I can
Yeah.
tell you what, the food I make tastes good, so I'm proud of that. Yeah, like what? How do you feel about that bad habit? Because I really don't know what your degree is as opposed to like comparable to me. I know some fashion of you has that habit.
Yeah, I've got that habit. As much as I love cooking too, there's still nothing that beats going and getting birria nachos from down the street.
That sounds bomb.
That's so fucking good. Oh my God. Which we got after filming on Sunday because I hadn't eaten all day, so I was like, we're getting birria nachos and I'm gonna kill this whole entire thing. Um, but yeah, like nothing really beats getting food made for you. But like, the shittiest thing is getting food made for you and then having it suck. And I'm not saying like somebody like inviting you to like I didn't invite you to my house and then I make food for you and it sucks. Not like that kind of somebody making food for you, but like when you go and you spend your hard-earned money on food and have it not be good. For instance, I went
It's like
to
my
my
life in
favorite.
a nutshell.
Yeah, I went to
You
my
went to your
favorite.
favorite what?
I went to my favorite Thai food place, and I was like really excited. It was a Friday. I was like, dude, I'm gonna kill this curry. It's gonna be great. And it just didn't hit, and I was like so frustrated with myself. I was like, dude, I could have made this curry and have it be that much better. So it's really, and also also ever since me and my girlfriend started dating, I've been getting her into cooking more at home, especially after moving in, because she did very much live the bachelorette lifestyle, which is getting food out a lot, and that kind of takes over for me too. And I'm like, let's just order out today. But
I almost just said something that got me canceled.
what's that?
I said I almost said something that would have got me canceled. I'll tell you after this. It's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. But yeah,
Don't worry.
um, so yeah, we're definitely cutting down on it, like bag salads and chicken, and like I'm cooking a lot more. Like I'm making Peruvian food for fun. Like it's a bad habit going out and eating, but you fucking do your best, dude. You just got to do your best to keep good habits and reduce the bad habits. Because you know, like if I was gonna cook today, I went to the gym and work, and I'm recording a podcast. Like I'm not cooking shit. But luckily, I
Yeah.
had stuff on hand that I was like, I can make a meal out of this. I made my own poke bowl essentially. And it was really cool just to have that myself. But yeah, so that's my stance on it. It still very much fall victim to you know eating out, but yeah, just trying to manage it the best I can.
Well, it's like I was talking to you about on Sunday when I was at the In-N-Out drive-through of all fucking places, which I will never give up, by the way.
Oh no,
Um, you know, and that's what's helped me out too with it mentally in the last week is, um, we're talking about getting rid of 20 years of bad habits.
yeah,
Like it's just not going to change right away. And just like anything else I've talked about on the podcast about me improving myself, um, once again, not that I felt like I was a spoiled rotten brat or anything. I was so used to like if I ever wanted something, I could just get it. But the stuff that I'm striving for in life that I want to move towards and be better at, like it's just not going to happen overnight. Like it's just trying to do better each day. And this habit that we're talking about is probably the worst one I have, honestly.
Mm.
And I'm really excited to keep like, focusing on it and working on it. And um that's kind of like my goal right now. Like each day do something slightly better uh consumption wise and financially better than you did the day before. That's like where I'm at with it.
Mm.
So um yeah, it's been pretty cool. It's not too bad. Um fuck. I kind of drew a blank. Let's talk about the magic stuff real quick.
Oh, yeah, dude. Um, yeah, so did you hear about what happened with one of the sets being leaked?
Mhm.
Okay. So we got the 15th set this year. That's the exaggeration, but goddamn it, it feels like there's 15 sets every year or in within the first 6 months. We had a set called March of the Machine, and it came out in, my God, like that's how much I don't stop caring. April? I think it came out like late
Okay.
April. And there's it's supposed to be like a culmination of this whole entire storyline that they've been building since like 2020, even farther back, like 2010, because it goes back to this place called Phyrexia, and the Phyrexians are invading all the multiverse, and it's essentially a Avengers Endgame. All the Everyone's coming together through portals and then fights the big bad. It's Avengers Endgame basically, which we already had an Avengers Endgame style story like 5 years ago. So the story is repeating. The sets are coming out too fast. There's way too much product. There's way too much FOMO, and FOMO is another big like fear of missing out. That's a huge bad habit. There's so
Yeah,
much
for sure.
FOMO. There's so much of that shit. And when the set came out, it was called. Once again, I want to reiterate what it was called. It was called March of the Machine. Well, the culmination of that story has an epilogue where ramifications of that event and story are happening beyond the set. So it's like think of it like a TCG DLC. And instead of getting like a normal 15 card booster pack, you're getting a 5 card booster pack for the same price. And it's got really weak cards in it. It's got the story sucks. It's just some bullshit. Well, March of the Machine and March of the Machine Aftermath have very similar names, and somebody went into a local game store and purchased a March of the Machine Aftermath, which isn't supposed to come out until I think it came out like a week ago. So there was a month difference. And then somebody opened that box on YouTube and it purposely leaked all the cards. Well, do you remember who the Pinkertons are?
What
The Pinkertons?
the fuck is that?
The Pinkertons are like an old school, like Wild West agency that shakes down like unions and shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, they sent the Pinkertons to this guy's house to shake him out of this product, and it was like a big meme that everyone was like, "Oh, here come the Pinkertons from Wizards of the Coast." So, so they're like, "Oh, they're gonna get you." Um,
Right.
so yeah, man, just with and I'm just all that I've already said, like just too much, too fast, all at once. FOMO, it's exhausting, and you know what's even more exhausting than trying to keep up with a franchise that doesn't know how to write a good story is being broke all the time. I'm really fucking tired of being broke. So yeah, I haven't bought Magic cards. I think this is the last stack I bought. It was like $15, and then even then I'm like, they're just sitting here. I'm not doing anything with them. I'm just gonna fucking sell them again. So yeah, I'm I'm not saying I'm done with Magic. I still would love to play. I haven't played in my weekly group in the last like 3 weeks just because priorities have. Oh my god, it's happening again.
Not again.
Oh
What is
shit,
it? What does it even mean, dude? Like, I need to look that up. Keep
means
talking. I'm gonna look it up while you're doing that.
okay. But yeah, so I haven't played. Like I still intend on playing with my usual group and building decks with my existing collection. But like as far as purchasing cards and like when a new set comes out, buying a box, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm so beyond over it. Like it's And of course,
Yeah.
I say that I'm beyond over it, but that's the thing is like it's an addiction. It's a habit to be like, oh, I have money, I just got paid, let me go buy magic cards. Well, no, I can't do that shit anymore.
Yeah. No, you can't. I guess I'm going to be red this whole. Why does that even happen? That's so weird to me.
Black
Um,
lobster.
but yeah, like you just, I look like a lobster. Spread some butter on me, boy. Um,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, brother.
You bring the surf, I'll
Uh,
bring the turf. Oh yeah, brother.
go. Oh yeah, brother. Go on down to Red Lobster right now. Come get your serving turn right now, brother. Um, yeah, that's the thing too, Brandon, is like I'm so fucking sick of living check by check. And you know what? Hundreds of thousands of people out there are doing the same thing. Some have more reasons than us to do it, probably
Yeah.
most. Um, but
People have,
yeah, man, I'm just so sick of that shit because like I allowed myself to live check by check right now, but honestly, for like the last like after Christmas, so since January, I haven't been living check by check, and it's fucking beautiful. It's just the best.
I'm sure it's a
So
nice
yeah, I'm
feeling.
trying to, dude. It's awesome. If someone asks you to do something, I don't even have to look at my bank account. I'm not even worried about it. Sorry. Um, fucking high noon. Uh, yeah. So I totally get that. I think that's where the habit really stems from is being tired of living week by week, but also just generally working on our like finding something else to give you, like you said, that dopamine. Um, it cannot be buying yourself something. Like it has to be like maybe a once a month thing. It's got
Mm,
to go away. Pal Day Evolved comes out here in 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks, about a month now. 3.5 weeks.
yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I want to buy a couple booster boxes. I'm like, with what? Like, I really shouldn't spend any more money on it. I already pre-ordered 2 booster bundles and then 2 Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. So I'll almost have a booster box between that product. And it's like, if it's anything like the Scarlet and Violet base set, I could just wait, you know?
Yeah.
So like I get it, it's tough. Was that Ruby?
What?
I heard ugh.
Oh, that's probably me. No, Ruby's right here though. Hi, Ruby.
If that was you, then I think you farted, my friend. Because
No,
that's what it sounds like.
my voice cracked.
Oh, got it. But yeah, I think that's a lot of like what a lot of us deal with. I don't know why my camera got so blurry as well. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Anyways, really falling apart over here, guys. Uh, I just think it's a tough one to deal with, but honestly, it's something that we have to get through. I guess my thing is, um, I really, really wish that, and it's not a regret, like it is what it is, but I still wish that I would have just been smarter growing up. Like, because that's something I've
Yeah.
been talking about a lot with my parents, my brothers, friends, other,
Mm,
coworkers, just like when people like give you advice when you're younger, just to, solicited advice, of course, like it's just to help guide you. And it's just so funny how we like put it to the side, like, yeah, we'll be all right. And then
yeah.
something happens down the road and you're like, fuck, that's what they're talking about, huh?
Hmm.
So I just see that like constantly happening in my life. And I'm like, all right, they got me. You got me.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's an awesome learning lesson. We're never going to stop learning. We're never going to stop gaining responsibilities and adulting essentially. But I think for me though, I guess technically it's a regret. I just wish I would have done it a little bit sooner. But
Be-
I'm really
better late
fucking
than never.
excited to. You know what? That's true though, man. Because like that's just going back, I should have changed things about myself. But yeah, like that's just how I live my life too. Though, like I do things later than other people.
Yeah.
Some of our friends fucking have kids, full on houses. It just hasn't worked out for me like that yet. I've tried. It's not like I wasn't trying to get promoted at the previous jobs I had or trying to better myself. It just didn't work out. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
People. I mean, you can't watch other people's ice cream cones while yours melts.
Mine melted for sure. Yeah. And then I
That was
just stopped caring.
yeah,
What?
that was Ruby. That like
No, I
happy.
didn't hear her on that one.
Oh,
Yeah. And I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, let's See, I probably got some other bad habits here for you guys. There was something else. I don't remember what it was. Um, no, I mean that's pretty much my bad habits. Now that I think about it, I need to drink more water. Definitely working on that. You're supposed to drink like a gallon of water a day. That's fucking challenging.
Yeah,
Mm.
gotta sip on that
Um,
water.
what's that?
Gotta sip on that water.
Oh yeah. But we're basically at the tail end of this. But I was talking about in the pre-show. Honestly, it's something that should be important every month. I don't want to. I'm going to say it, but I think it's important every month. What is Mental Health Awareness Month? We
Mm.
like to do our check-ins here as we do because I think it's important, and I hope everyone listening and watching is doing great mentally. And if you're not, and you need someone to talk to who is free, I'm your guy. I'm happy to listen to you. But Brandon, how's everything been though on the mental side? You've been studying for your cert. You're trying to wrap that up. Work seems to be
Yeah.
doing pretty good. You're in the music video. We're shooting the shit, hanging out. I mean, how's everything been? Naturally though for you.
Naturally, it's been good. It's been a little tumultuous. Um, there's some like second guessing. There's some uh, like not being sure of myself and like where I stand. And it's like you tell me all the time, like just be yourself, and I'm like, well, fuck, who am I? You know. So that's been like my main struggle is like just trying to be my authentic self and be and if people don't take me because I care way too much about what people think, and that occupies a lot of my mental capacity. Like if my boss like acts like he's pissed off at me, like I'm like fuck dude, my boss hates me, like this is fucking over, I should just go find a new job. And it's like, well,
Well, you can come work for
and
us.
that's the
But anyways, go ahead. Good. Sorry, I hate to interrupt on that.
no, you're fine. It's just like those been a good idea. I tried, I did apply, but it didn't work out. But that's just the way it fucking goes.
Was that
Um,
before the transition or after?
that was before the transition.
Hmm. I'll see what I can do. I'll let you know. But go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
but I got things in the pipeline. But yeah, just trying to figure out who I am and project myself to the world. And if the world accepts it, cool. And if the world doesn't accept it, then they can go fuck themselves.
That's true, man. And I'm right there with you. Like, and that's kind of when I was doing the playthroughs too, because like, when we were in high school and stuff and all the people I've known at all of my jobs, friends in college, they would see like my gameplay clips and stuff. And they're like, oh man, you should post. Like, no one does that shit. Other people do now because everyone's so good at it.
The market's so
But
saturated. Yeah.
yeah, the market's so saturated. And I was like, all I cared about was like people seeing like how good I could do something. And it's like, why? Like, who gives a fuck? Like the podcast is what I want to be successful. Like, focus on that. And but for you too, and I'm the same way, man. Like, I want people to like me so bad, and thankfully, I, I'm in that boat. Like, I don't care if they don't, though, right? Like, so, like,
Mm,
if you meet me and I'm myself, and like that's not good enough for you, then I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like, I ain't changing for your ass. So, thankfully, I'm past that, and I think that's like what you're working on now is
mm,
becoming that because it's not becoming a dick. Like, I'm not a dick to them. I just like I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
yeah.
you either accept me for who I am or you fuck off. Like, I could care less if you're in my life. I really don't care. But if you're in my life, then I'm going to treat you like gold and I'm happy to have you. Like, simple as that. And I think like that's like what you're on the cusp of becoming. And like I said, I
Yeah.
don't think that means like you're an asshole. I don't think that means you're a dick. I just think that means that you're genuine and you're authentic. Um, I have a very, very dark sense of humor. Like I love it's like I love stand up. And I'm not a comedian, but I do love trying to go for the joke. And I feel
Mm,
like some people like, I don't know, I feel like my jokes aren't even that bad anyways in terms of the content. But I do have a dark sense of humor. And if all of us are joking, right? So that means I read the room, all of us are joking, but I make a joke and all of a sudden I'm the problem. It's like, all of us were doing the same thing a minute ago. So what's the problem? Now, if everyone was being silent and reading their Bibles and all of a sudden I'm talking about shit and fuck and whatever else, it's definitely the wrong place, not the right time, right?
Yeah.
So that's like situations that I feel like I run into where I you feel like you know these people, and then you say or you do something, and they're like, oh, "Who the fuck are you?" Or didn't know you had that in you. I'm like, what? Like, I never shied away from who I was. Like, what are you talking about? Um, I mean, dude, sometimes it even boils down to like the music we listen to. Like people, I mean, lately I've been kind of in the country a little bit because I've listened to some people who I think are more authentic with their songwriting, and now there's a guy who's like blending like hard rock and horrorish elements into his country, and I think it's dope because I think
Mm.
I don't want to be a gatekeeper. I think all genres of music can have fun with each other. As Sleep Token has proven with their R&B jazz elements in their music, and so many other bands that I can't name offhand. But people are like, "Oh, you listen to the devil's music, or you like to hear people scream. You must be angry all the time." Like, nope, I fucking love that music just because it sounds good. And then, sure enough,
Yeah.
this country artist named Hardy adds Jeremy McKinnon to his song, and Jeremy McKinnon goes for it, dude. He goes hard as fuck. Like, he screams the shit out of that song. Because I think some guest vocals are wasted. This dude didn't waste his spot at all. And I was like, dude, that's so badass. And I'm like, damn, now I kind of want to hear every genre with Jeremy McKinnon in it. So it's just like people, you know, really, really judge you based on who you are. Like, if you like something a certain way.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of it, and I try to work on it. But because like I can't fucking stand anime. I hate it, and I hate that people like socially act like the characters in it. I think it's weird as fuck. But you know what? That's what they love. Like how are you gonna show them like what someone loves?
Mm.
Do I wish it didn't make them weird and socially awkward? A little bit, yeah. But hey, that's who they are. You gotta love them for it. And maybe that's their charm as well. Maybe you got to accept them for who they are, and then you find out like that's what's charming about them is how different they are. So that's like something I've analyzed about myself when it comes to people, because obviously I want to get treated how I would like to treat, or how I treat others, like just nothing but respect. So it all boils down to like what you said is like you want people to like you, and it's like, yeah, it is a weird trait that both of us have, like hardcore. I don't get it. I don't know why it matters, but it does. Like, it really does. And I think it's just because the way we're raised, maybe, or like I don't really know where to pinpoint it for me, but do you happen to have an idea of where it may stem from? Like, is any of your family members like that by any chance? Or
Um, yeah, I
I
think
think
like
my dad's like that for sure.
um yeah, I think both my parents have like some inkling of like outward appearances, so that way like you don't step on anybody's toes, you don't offend anybody, I'm terrified of those things. But I think they stem from like my parents, or like even just being like a kid, like I just wanted I always wanted to be popular for some reason.
Yeah.
But then like come middle school, I was like, this that's fucking dumb. Like, why would I want that? But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just it just yeah, I don't know, dude. Just if somebody doesn't
Well,
like me,
yeah.
I'm like, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know why we cared about that, because I'm in the same boat, and I think I've already talked about that on the podcast and made fun of myself. I don't know why that matters, dude. Like, because like, let's say we were right. What does that even mean? It means absolutely nothing. Like,
Doesn't
there's
trigger.
no gratification from it technically, because all those people are gone, right? So,
Yeah.
because like I felt that way so fucking hard in middle school, dude, and then like freshman year, bad, like so bad. It was being cool. It was cool to be the Halo 3 guy with my jacket. All right.
Yeah, but
That's
that's not
what's up.
popular. That's you're the Halo guy.
That's
That's
correct.
tight.
Well, no, I wasn't saying I was popular, but yeah, I was appreciative of being known as the Halo 3 guy. September 25th, 2007. That's what's up. Um, I thought that was funny as fuck. So yeah, I wanted to be popular so bad, and I just find it so fucking like juvenile and stupid when I look back at it, because like what happened is too, when you look back at it, and we're constantly changing and growing up every day, bettering ourselves. But what's funny about that is like junior and senior year, I had so many friends, And you want to know why, Brandon? Because I was just being myself, who I wanted to be. I didn't give a fuck. I just didn't care anymore. And what I mean by that is like I was afraid to talk about not Halo. Obviously, I was wearing a jacket, but like Pokemon. Like I thought people would think I'm a fucking loser because I liked all this shit that I grew up with. Like I still have a huge attachment to it, and it still happens from time to time because I'm still a giant man child. But once you really like let go of that, it's that's gratifying for sure because you can just be yourself, man. And but I think at times in your case, because you say that like, oh, I don't want to offend people, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. You never do, anyways. I'm baffled that you feel that way about yourself, or think that to yourself. But honestly, if you just loosen up and let go of your feelings, use the force, you are fine. Well, I'm sorry, I just thought about Star Wars. Um,
Oh,
but honestly, though, if you just
should.
let go, dude, like you're yourself. Like no one, like, yeah, I don't know. But to
Yeah,
me, hearing
it's
you talk about it is, oh, go ahead. I won't forget what I said. Go ahead.
no, you're cool. I'm just saying it's anxieties, 100%,
Yeah.
and that's something I'm really trying to like keep dialed in. Which in fact, if you ever feel like you need to talk to somebody, make an appointment, anybody listening, do it. Like reach out. But anyways, I'm sorry,
Dude, for
Ryan. What were
sure.
you gonna say?
Um, I think anxiety is a tough conversation to have, and not with you, and not your anxieties, but I feel like some people out there abuse the fuck out of that so bad. I'm like, fuck you and your anxieties. People are like, oh, I can't walk outside. Okay, get the fuck over yourself. But no, I'm serious. There's people out there who abuse that shit, Brandon. I see them on a day to day basis, like, in the world, randoms. I'm like, nah, dude. Mommy and daddy just didn't, fucking teach you right. Anyways, um, I think you do a really good job of them though. And I think like not only your anxiety, which I think you've improved on like immensely, um, I think it's just getting out of your own head though still, which probably has something to do with anxiety. It's probably fair enough to say.
Yeah,
But it's like, dude, because I could tell when you're on your own head. Like even if you're at my house, you're like afraid to ask me like you or no, I'm sorry, you're not afraid, but you like ask me to use the bathroom. Like, dude, just fucking go to the bathroom. Like like you've already been welcome in this bitch, for years. Like it's fine.
yeah,
Like if you ask for, like, hey, do you mind if I get something to drink? That's different. But I feel like going to the bathroom or like, oh, sitting down at the table, like, yeah, motherfucker, sit down at the table. Get that chair, homie. Get comfortable. Like, I don't know, man. Like, you do crack me up with it, but it's honestly at the same time though, like really sincere and very respectful though. So it's not like you're like some wimp or anything or someone hiding in a corner. Like, no, you're just an extremely respectful human being. So it's like
yeah,
I give you shit for it, but I honestly think it's awesome at the same time that you're that way because that's how I am too when I meet people or like when I go to someone's house for the first time. I'm
yeah,
very much like, hey, like very, very, not that I'm not proper in general, but I'm very, very more proper when I go to someone's house for the first time. And
yeah,
even at work, because I consider like some of the stores I go to, like I consider that someone's house. I want to show them that respect. So I'm very much like you in those situations. But
yeah.
I think that's a good quality of you. I just think for me though, at this point, like, nah, bitch, go pee. I don't care. Do what you got to do.
I know I've come down a lot. It's like we used to live like a couple dozen blocks away from each other, like our OG
Yeah.
houses like in high school.
Yes.
That was when it was really bad. Now I'm like I'll go take a piss when I want to. I'm gonna
Yeah.
fucking do it. I just
Yeah.
don't know
He
where it
left
is in your new
skid
bathroom
marks
in
in
your
the
new
toilet.
house.
Yeah. No, no, you're good. I always thought that was like endearing, but also funny about you. Like it's
Yeah.
awesome. It's awesome that you're that way because not a lot of people are.
Yeah,
Um,
I just like to treat people how I like to be treated. And if I was in somebody's
yeah, for sure.
if somebody was in my home, I would prefer for them to be like, ask me for something to drink. Ask me for, where's the restroom at? It's easy to find. You can literally see it the minute you walk in.
Yeah.
But it's just like the courtesy I extend, I would hope to be returned. And if that's not returned, then that's okay. Not everyone. I realize now, like not everyone has that. level of compassion and etc. So that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that people who don't behave like no, that's not what I'm saying. Is like people who don't behave like me, they're like lacking all those things. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like also just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I just don't think you sound like a bad guy or anything, and and then, I mean, I'm the one shitting on anxiety anyway, so I think you're all right. People abuse it, okay? What do you want me to
Yeah,
do?
yeah, exactly. Well, dude,
Well, like anything else too, though. So,
yeah, it's easy to abuse, just like bad habits.
like what?
It's just like bad habits.
Uh,
Abusing things, abusing
I-
substances.
yeah, yeah, dude. Fast food, trading cards, wasting money after you get paid.
Yeah, but
It all came around and came together, brother.
came together, brother. But how's your mental doing? How's
Is
your
that how
head
this
game?
started? Yeah. How
Yeah,
this?
because I feel like I feel like this is I haven't had any complaints, but thank you for asking. Yeah.
I'm very glad to hear that. You feel like it's been what?
I feel like we've been talking about my mental. I wanted to talk about your mental.
Yeah. So I've been trying to. It's kind of like a varied update. It's funny too because you're usually on when I talk about it now. The CPAP machine, with the sleep apnea, I'm definitely trying to get back to it and stop being a little bitch and just put that mask on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, well, for a while, I'd lay down and I'd be so tired. I pass out very easily. I'm very, very, very fortunate to have a comfortable mattress. And then the breeze we get out here is fucking stupid at night. So it's
Oh
very, very
yeah,
comfortable. You know, yeah, as opposed to where you live, dude. It's RIP, homie. I'm sad that we switched. I wish we just both stayed.
no.
um, but I'm working on that. So and the reason why I bring that up though is to get more sleep. So obviously I have more energy and be more positive and ready to go for the day. Just really that's like something that I probably should put at the forefront, not only because it's obviously the most important thing we can do besides drinking water and staying healthy, but being a part of that health is getting sleep. And I think that's something I really need to work on.
Yeah,
Um, I was doing decent for a while, but the last week I've definitely lost it a little bit. Let's see. I'm good. I'm happy as shit. Um, I'm tired of talking about it, but I guess I'm gonna keep talking about it until it, fades away. But I'm still thinking about Madeline every day. Um, I do, I do. And it's all positive things, but it still comes up, and you know, uh, it's so weird, dude. Like I accept it. I accept that it's done, and that's what it is. You know,
yeah,
I accept that I'm single. I don't fight that at all since the day it happened. I do fight the notion that it happened. Well, obviously when it was fresh, but yet I still find myself thinking about it every day.
yeah,
Um, and I think that's good and bad. And the reason why I think it's good, I like to start there, is that's just truly the person I was in a relationship with. She was amazing. I have no
hmm
resentment at all towards her, and nothing but love and respect. And then obviously the whole family, her daughter. Like it was just it's just still really tough to like for me personally, it's just what I lost,
yeah,
so it still comes up. So it definitely bums me out for like a couple of minutes of every hour of every day. I won't deny it. It literally pops up that much for me mentally. I just it is what it is,
yeah, man. It's still
um
very much fresh.
correct. Well, just like anything else I've been talking about today, it's learning to it's a my friend Derek, shout out to him. I've just so many people I can bounce my brain off of, and we all come up with collective ideas to move forward. But yeah, it's a marathon, dude. It's not a sprint. Like things just that's how authentic that relationship was. Like it's just not going to go away tomorrow. It's just not.
Yeah,
And it's the first time in my life where that's happened. Um, my other relationships weren't terrible, but this is the one that I thought was the one. So it's just tackling that, man. Like I'm very happy. I'll tell you that. I am very, very happy. I feel lucky to live my life, and that's why I want to stop being like obese. Like I want to sleep. I want to be financially successful just to
Mm-hmm.
better myself, man. I want to live the rest of my life better than the people who came before me, right? My parents sacrificed too much shit for me to not be better than I am now. And they're not asking that. I'm just saying that's how I look at my life. I need more responsibility. I need to step up to the plate. I need to
That's on
be
you.
the
Yeah.
person that they raised. Yeah, it's all on me. And I want that. And I need to do it. And so that's
Mm-hmm.
everything that I'm doing right now is working towards that, you know?
Yeah.
Um, this podcast is a glorified second nonprofit job, but I still love it to death. I love the fact that you hop on the podcast with me and we talk it is funny because I actually heard someone else talk about this on the podcast. It's Kevin Smith and Bert Kreischer, but how they don't hang out with people because they're like, oh no, like let's grab some microphones, we got to record this. That's kind of
Yeah.
how I am now. I'm not opposed to it, but I try to watch that because not everything has to be a fucking podcast, but I love doing it so much. So I appreciate you hopping on and share it.
Yeah.
Eric, Alex, Ray did it, Connor, like so many amazing people, man. Um, Mike. So the podcast has been a very positive experience in my life, and all of you out there who listen have been a part of that. People who are jumping on the giveaways, a couple of people out there either responding to my stories, saying that they thought what I put was funny or that they liked the show. So that's a huge gratification for me. It has nothing to do with the popular stuff, by the way. The whole point of this podcast its existence was uh, to be transparent, to just be myself. Like I'm not afraid to talk about the shit that some people keep close to their chest
Yeah.
because I like real shit. I don't like beating around the bush. Um, so I always wanted to create a space for people where they can listen to what I have to say, but I welcome people to write in and I'll talk about whatever they want me to talk about. So yeah, like all of this has really been beneficial to my mental health. Like I've just been happy. I've been hungry for success. My drive has been unmatched in terms of my previous self. And, I'm anxious. I should be. I'm not like physically yet, but with the new role being a district manager, like I don't want to let people down. That's just like I feel like that's just like a natural fear most of us have if we give a shit about the people around us and what we do. If we take pride in our work. Um, so I am like just trying to mentally prepare myself to just learn to sit down, take it in, take a deep breath, don't overthink it, just dial it in and do my shit right. And that's something I'm very much looking forward to. So I'm positive about that. I'm gonna go to the movies with my dad tomorrow. I'm fucking excited because it's a
Oh, nice.
comedy, and yeah, I think he's gonna have a good time. I hope he does.
What are you gonna see?
But it's Bert Kreischer's movie, The Machine, with Mark Hamill playing
Oh
his dad.
yeah. Okay.
So like, I
That's a
think
good
Bert
father son
Kreischer's like
movie.
yeah, I think he's like a solid comedian. I think there's a lot better personally for me out there in my taste. Nothing against him, but his story, it's a true fucking story that's being turned into a fictional sequel in terms of the story. And this is his movie about it. And it's the first time in comedy it's ever happened like this. So it's kind of a big deal. And I'd be happy as a fan to be a part of it because I love comedy so much. Even since I was a kid, dude, I was watching stand up. So
Mm-hmm.
so that's been beneficial to my mental health. Working out does wonders. I mean, I do cheesy shit too, dude. Like I literally sit down after a workout, and obviously, like we talked about a little bit ago, the breeze I get out here.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just sit down with music on the Bluetooth speaker and just take a deep breath and take it all in because I actually don't have smog out here, so it's like nice.
Yeah, dude, meditate.
Um, Basically, yeah. So, life is good. I just think that right now I'm really gung ho on focusing on my future, and
Yeah.
making it happen. Because me getting this promotion, like, kind of like revealed, like, to me that I can truly do anything that I really, really want to if it's within the realm of reasoning,
Yeah.
and I want to make it happen so bad, you know. Um, so yeah, I'm good. The Madeline stuff's just it's just gonna take a while, you know.
It it
I
always
don't let it
does,
bog
dude.
me down. I just try to be positive about it.
Yeah.
Um, I try to. It's weird because I'm not religious, but I just feel like if I put that positive energy out there, like hopefully, like I don't know how to say this without sounding completely stupid, but maybe it just puts that. I
Oh,
just
go
want to
ahead.
manifest. Well, I want to like manifest that positive energy for her though. Like, I hope that
No.
she has a good day. Like I never want her to have a bad day. Like I hope that she's doing great and just like me finds that success and nothing but happiness and love in life. Like that's
Mhm.
just how I get through thinking about her all the time. As I just try to be
Yeah.
positive about it and move along. You know.
That's a
So
great that's a great philosophy to have.
yeah, I didn't know how to put it into words at first because I just think it sounds cheesy, but I'm also a cheesy guy when it comes to that kind of when it comes to like love and women. I am about as cheesy as you can get. So fuck it. I'll take
Bring
it for
on the
what it is.
fucking lactose, bro. Let's get the cheese up in here.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm a giant sensitive fucking guy when it comes to that
Look,
relationships and stuff.
you're a big
I
old
don't know.
softy, right?
I am, dude. Especially towards women, dude. I was just raised to treat them, the right way and be respectful and not a piece of shit. And it's basically made me finish last because I'm a nice guy, but because that stupid saying I had to say it. But that's just who I am, and I
Yeah.
don't ever want to change from that. And it is what it is. So that's my mental health, man.
Thanks
Life
for
is
sharing,
great.
dude.
Yeah, no problem, dude. I appreciate you asking. Life is fucking beautiful, and I just, I want to see it through.
Yeah,
So that's
absolutely.
where I'm at. Yeah, because I have a lot of things to change, and I don't want to ruin my life any more than I already did. So, boom.
Bam.
That's how we do it, boys. But yeah, I think that's it, dude. I think we're good. It's
We're
getting a
good.
little late.
Yeah, it's getting kind of late. I think this is like a really long podcast, but
It's
it was
probably not. I don't think it's that long. You think it's long, but I don't think it's that long.
uh
But you go to bed a little bit later now, don't you? Since you like get up at like 6 or something.
usually I'm trying to stick to 9 to 4. Um
9 to 4 a.m.
yeah.
Why are you getting up so early? Oh, is it because you're actually just gonna go to the gym in the morning, or what?
Because I'm going to the gym in the morning, yeah.
Can you go down the street or by work?
Down the street. I go down the street and then work out and then I come back home, shower, and get ready.
Oh, okay.
Not using
Well,
the gym showers, that's fucking nasty.
what's that?
I said I'm not using gym showers, they're nasty.
Oh, are they?
I mean, that's what I've heard. I don't want to take the chance.
All right. Yeah, because I'm probably just gonna release this tonight anyway. So, excuse me, we'll cut it off right here. But
Okay.
yeah, thank you all so much. If anyone made it this far, someone will. Jarrett probably. Shout out to Jarrett. He's a good guy. I love him
Shout
to
out to
death.
J-Man, dude. Fucking love
Yeah,
that
he's the
guy.
best, dude. Shout out to Jarrett. I hope you're doing good, man. I give him so much shit, but he knows deep down I love him to death, and I always
Yeah,
make that clear too because I think he deserves it. He's such a good dude.
absolutely.
But yeah, thank you to anyone else as well who's listened this far. Be sure to watch this on YouTube if you haven't. If you're audio only, consider rating the show, please. If you made it this far, you can scroll down and press 5 stars. That'd be awesome on Apple Podcasts, or if you're on Spotify, you can hit follow and then hit the 5 stars as well. Share this with someone if you think it may help them. If you think it may make them laugh or make their day better, then I highly recommend it. But Brandon, thank you so much for being on the show. You're fucking awesome, dude. I really appreciate your time, because I know you have a lot going on, especially studying and, sleep. So I really appreciate your time today.
Thanks for having me, dude. I love hanging out and shooting the shit with you, man. And the fact that we just get to put it on a recording and distribute it to people who we've met or people we haven't met is just an amazing thing. And I'm here for it, man. Love you to death.
Yeah, I love you too, man. But yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next episode. And that's it. So bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.